Afternoon, Southern California, AM 1220 and FM 98.1 KHTS. Host Fred Arnold on this special coronavirus, if you will, COVID-19 financial hour. I'm talking about all kinds of things to help you with your financial world during these challenging times. I got Dave Contrell. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Thanks for having me again.
Dave, the one thing we want to talk about, which is really, really important, is what goes into a purchase. Someone's buying a house. What does that do for the economy?
Well, the housing market is one of the biggest pieces of the economy, and a lot of people are curious as to why. But when you think about it, when somebody buys a house, well, right there you're putting money into the economy. Second of all, that person has to go out and buy a washing machine and buy a couch and buy a bed and buy furniture, because I don't know anybody that's ever bought a house that all of a sudden they like the furniture that they have,
or the carpet, or the paint, or the landscape.
Exactly. And so, but think about how that affects the economy. It touches almost every part of the economy, because they're going to want a little bit. They're called a handyman to get this stuff done and that done. So it is such a huge part of the economy, and that's why it's such a huge part of what we watch when we're judging how the economy is going.
Yeah. It's the velocity of money. It was something I learned a long time ago when I was in college, the velocity of money. And Patty, you know what that is the turnover of money. How fast, when you were a kid, did money stay in your hands, or did you get rid of it once you earned it?
It was kind of like depending on like my impulse, I guess, when I was a kid. Usually I did keep it in my hands, though.
Yeah, but the adults nowadays,
don't.
It gets in there, they don't hold their money very often, right?
Right.
Myself included. So let me just, full disclosure. And the velocity of money is how fast money turns over. Now, when you have home sales, and in the next segment, we're going to have Rod McIntosh, who really knows real estate like nobody's business.
Exactly.
But when there's a lot of homes selling, it means that a buyer now is all of a sudden a seller is becoming liquid with a bunch of cash.
Correct.
And if he uses that cash to buy another house, he's typically not putting all the money down. He's reserving some of it for repairs, new furniture, upgrades, the movers, all that. And then the new buyer, even if the buyer's a first-time buyer and they're going to do it all themselves, they're going to the local merchant to buy things. They're still buying furniture. They're still buying frames. They're buying paint. They're doing all these different things. And then you think about the landscapers and there's so many things involved when it comes to a new purchase. So one of the most important things when it comes to home buying is the velocity of money and making sure that we have homes that are turning over.
Right, exactly. Because again, it's so important, because even the fact of the construction to build the homes. I mean, even starting there, that puts so many people to work, and that has such a huge effect on the economy as well. So if you have a strong housing market, there's a very good chance you're going to have a strong economy, because it's one of the things that hits more areas of the economy than any other business.
Yes.
There was that one time when the tech area was really big, and then we had that in 2000. We had that tech kind of slide off, but it was only just that one piece. That's why 2008 was such a huge effect on our economy, because it was the housing market.
Yep.
And that's why now, with a strong housing market like we have, things are. I know that with COVID things are getting a little crazy, but think about before that, we had a very strong housing market.
Yeah, and the big challenge we're going to have, and we're going to talk to Rod about this, and that is the turnover of homes. Yes, homes are not dropping in value right now, but what about the turnover of homes? So we're going to jump to a quick break, Patty, but when we come back, Rod McIntosh.
Yep.
I think he's been selling homes for 5 different decades.
Yeah, I think that's what he said. It was either 5 decades or 500 years. I couldn't remember which one. One of the two.
We'll be right back on AM 1220, FM 98.1, KHTS.